Hi there, I'm Oksana, and today I'm going to be sharing with you 5 tips for acting in films from Michael Caine Masterclass. Tip number 1 is called One Eye. So basically, if you have a scene partner or a reader in front of you or on your laptop screen, you just need to look at one person's eye that is closer to the camera lens. In this case, you will avoid fidgeting and remain confident and present in the frame.
Every restaurant, cafe, ice cream parlour, gambling den and nightclub in London, Liverpool and Glasgow will be smashed.
So I have a scene partner in front of me. I will do a couple of lines and let's see how it goes. I think to be really good, you have to come from some place inside that I'm not sure I have. I think to be really good, you have to come from some place inside that I'm not sure I have. As you can see, this is a very subtle movement in your eyeballs. But again, if you're working on your close-up, the audience will catch that, and I think this tip can play a huge difference in your performance. Another thing is to consider is if you're blinking too much in the frame, you can come off as unsure or anxious person. On the other hand, if you do not blink at all, the audience will feel the power in your performance. So try different things and see what works best for your character. Tip number 2, acting is about being, listening, and reacting in the frame. Michael Caine has a great way of showing how to do this. I will add the footage from his masterclass.
Some directors go in for a massive close-up. The thing that people never do in real life is they don't say, "Oh, I don't want to go out. I'll have the egg and chips, But you will see actors doing that all the time.
He said that it should feel like two people just having a chat with each other.
You've got to just be. There is no one here. It's just you and me. You'll be standing there, and there isn't even a camera. And you just say, "Well, no, I don't think I'll have the egg and chips. I'll have the caviar and blinis."
Tip number 3, plan your action and movement. When you are filming a scene, it's very important to plan out your actions and movements for each shot. This is especially true when you're gonna be switching up the angles from close-up to medium to master shot. It will help you to keep things consistent. For example, if you are drinking a coffee while you're talking, or if you are smoking, it's a good idea for you as an actor to plan ahead when you're gonna take this puff or when you're gonna sip a cup of coffee. So in this case, you will avoid any continuity mistakes when the camera angle switches. So let's see how Michael Caine did this in Alfie. In the opening scene, we see Michael Caine's character, Alfie, taking a puff from his cigarette in a master shot.
Mr. Elkins,
Oh, hello, Nurse.
you should be in bed.
You know what? I had a horrible nightmare.
The camera then switches to a medium shot, showing only the smoke from the cigarette.
You must have had too much supper.
No, serious. And then I realised that this dust on me, this poison I picked up, will kill him. And I was taking it to him.
As the camera moves, we see a hand holding a cigarette with a glowing tip.
I was taking death to him.
You'll be leaving here next month, won't you?
Yeah. I'll be glad to get back to London.
Finally, there is another medium shot where we can again see only the smoke.
It won't be the same without you around here. All right, then. Come with me.
Marvellous what you can get on the national wealth, isn't it?
It is important to note that Michael Caine's decision not to take puffs during the scene was a deliberate choice. As Alfie leaves the frame, the cigarette's glowing tip is still visible. Tip number 4, delivering to the camera for monologues. It doesn't happen very often when you need to deliver your lines towards the camera, but if it does happen, or if you need, let's say, perform a monologue towards the camera, you can use this tip. So when you are performing your monologue, you can consider the camera as someone closer to your character. It might be your mother, it might be your best friend, or your loved ones. Even right now, I'm using this tip. I'm considering my camera as if I'm talking to my best friend actor, to whom I'm sharing all these tips, and we're trying to figure out what it is all about and how to be real and authentic in the frame.
Sometimes he gets a dead ghostified look come over his little face, as though we're all sick inside with love or something, and his poor bleeding mind was stumbling about looking for a corner to rest in.
Tip number 5, move in the frame and don't be frozen. So even if you're working on your close-up, it's still important to listen and react to the information your character is getting. It might be also a good idea to ask the director about the amount of freedom that you have within the frame.
Think that I'd be sitting in that theater aged 12 years old and that someday I would have the opportunity to be
Yes, we get the gist of the... You see what I mean? I reacted to 12 years old.
You can also react by looking at the other characters in the scene, let's say if you have multiple actors in the scene. Think about slight movements. So if I move my eyeballs from one side to another, the audience will get the idea, or will get the feeling that somebody is coming. So I can create this slight movement, can create the tension in the frame. That's it for me. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to ignite your passion, and I wish you all captivating and powerful close-ups.